Yes, we're back again with yet another exciting, empowering, wonderful live, and I know that for sure because I know her for many, many years now, guys. I always say this: we're here because of you, our community, our moms, and everyone else who watches us, follows us, shares their stories with us every day. And all these powerful lives have been powered by Philips Avon. So thank you so much for that. Now, as more and more days and pass by, is as far as breastfeeding week is concerned, we have conversation. It's amazing, and that's what I wanted to share with you, that it's amazing to see how every mother's journey, whether it's her pregnancy journey or it's her breastfeeding journey, is so different from the other. And now, and that's what makes it so exciting for us to actually sit down, listen, to understand all of that while we do these lives. And hi everyone, whoever is joining in on our lives right now. We have the lovely Bipasha Basu, yes, the Bipasha Basu, who's going to be joining us in a couple of minutes. And we had a fun chat about how she's actually never ever, yes, you're going to be the lucky few who are going to witness this, and the rest who are going to be watching this later, that she's actually never ever done a live. And this is the big part of the co-parenting, and that's where it comes in the most for us. Thank you, Karan. I know that he's figuring it out somewhere to make sure that she joins us live very soon. In the meanwhile, I'm going to send her a request. I don't know what I actually look like while I'm sending that request. Can you actually see me, or you can't see me? All right, we've got lots of her fans who are joining us. We've got her fan pages that are coming up and saying there's Bipasha.sunshine saying hello Bipasha. Yes, she'll be here very, very soon with us. Why don't we do a little quiz before we start this live? Thanks, Amit, for letting me know that you can see us when I'm struggling with technology. But I see Bipasha Basu, she sent in a request. And this is the part that makes me most nervous. Bab Super, who's just joined. Hi, Ma. Yes, I'm calling you back. I'm just busy, I'm on a live. So
Oh, I'm not good at this. I did one live before this, I think.
Oh, you did? Okay, we were telling all your fans that you've done. This is going to be the first time they're going to witness you live, and even if this is not the first time, this live is going to be here.
This is way too special, Neha. I've not really. I don't think I'm still in a position to talk much about motherhood, because every day is an absolute learning experience, and it's going to happen for the rest of my life. I feel this is something. For the first time, I don't feel like, oh, I got this completely. Every day I feel like, I'm learning something. It's a struggle, but my daughter is so beautiful and wonderful that, I want to be there every second of, witnessing this beauty that I produced, the things that she does. And it's just, I think it's the biggest blessing of my life.
And of course it is, because I've spoken to you, I have you've shared your stories with me, and every time, like, and for all the moms out there, it really is, like, so today unfortunately my daughter wasn't well, so I took her to the doctor, and the doctor was like, she's already 4.5, and we both looked at each other, and she was like, wow, I felt like you were just pregnant. And it's been 5 years already. You have to pinch yourself, then you have to, and then it's amazing. But today is about you, Bipasha. We're going to talk about, and I'm going to backtrack a little bit about what you said, that you don't have much to share because you're on the cusp of learning every day as a mom. But I want to tell you, you have tons to share with us. We've got your entire pregnancy journey. We've got your birthing journey.
Devi just,
how old is Devi now?
8 months now. Yeah, 8 months, yeah.
So there you go. So yeah, we've got lots and lots to talk about. We're just going to start from the beginning. Congratulations.
This is the one big congratulation that I was waiting for, almost for 3 years, and really just conceiving her was.
I covered my face and I was just like, what is the time? And then you said 3 years. Now let's backtrack to those 3 years if you're comfortable sharing.
Well, we got married in 2016, but I knew that we both had to reach a certain level of responsibility to be parents. So I had told Karan, I'm absolutely okay not being a mother because we have to be role models to our children, number one. And we have to be giving them our best version. And if you're not going to reach it, and I'm going to feel that you have not reached or I have not reached, we're not going to have a child. So that's how, and I had a late marriage. So, and I have not frozen my eggs because I didn't even think I'll get married or have a baby or anything like that. But I do always love kids and I wanted to have children. But then there was a point of time where I felt that we were so strong as a couple that both of us started actually getting dreams of a baby girl. And we used to have these very vivid dreams.
Like, so dreams as in you would discuss that, hey, I
actually had a dream of a baby girl. Both of us separately, and then we started speaking about it, and she started coming in our dreams like it's surreal, and it is not there's no science behind it. And when I was actually having a baby, my gynec, it's like in the first time she was like, and I was referring to my child as she, and she was like, you know that you don't get to know the sex of the child so soon. But I said, I know it's her because I have felt her soul around me for way too long. And I know she's coming, and so does Karan. And we were very clear, we are going to have a baby girl anyhow, whether it is, even if I had to adopt, we had even, at that point of time, we tried every possible thing, and we said that we are going to have a baby. That's it. Our baby girl's coming. We didn't know how, but she's going to be with us. And the IVF journey was very, very demanding, very trying, very, very tough. And there were so many times when my family and they really
go ahead because
actually there were times when they told me that, do you want to stop? And I said no. I'm a very intuitive person. I said no, when I want to stop I will know it. So I'm not going to stop, I'm not going to give up, and I know that this is going to happen. I just don't know how, when, what. And I put on a lot of weight. I was not allowed to work out. The first thing that happened was that, my doctors, because they knew I was a workout junkie, they said that you have to stop working out. And that was a very big struggle for me, to just that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, we're in the same business. And my entire time of being in Bandra and Car, I've only seen you in I have not seen you at a party. I've not seen you at a cafe. I've not seen you.
So the peak of my working years, that's like 20 years, I worked all the time. I would go to work out at 4 a.m. if I have a 8 o'clock shift. I would go in the midnight after rapping. So that's that's still the love of my life, is my workout, my exercise. And I was stopped from doing that. And I think that was a very big sacrifice that I made because it meant a lot to me. And I had to sit at home and put on weight. And I saw myself putting on weight, which I'm not really disturbed with the putting on weight bit. It was just that I was not active. And that was troubling me, because I'm a very active person. So
also, I would imagine in a business like ours, and I'm just adding this question, please continue the answer, but I'm saying in a business like ours, when you're also, and for me, you've always been on the peak of what you do. You've never not peaked, like whether it's doing a song, whether it's doing a film, it's always Bipasha, and to kind of halt things professionally, I would like to know what your mental state at that time also was.
I really believe that I have really done a lot of work, and I have made myself very stable and secure where I am. Financial security is very important for me. I do not like to, in my entire life, I didn't want to depend on anyone ever. So I knew that I'm financially very comfortable, and I have really enjoyed my married life as a companion. I've got a great companion, the love of my life, my soulmate. Karan's like the best husband anyone can have. And I was like,
yeah.
And now, okay, she's going to laugh because I say very weird things. I think we are now 7 years. 7 years and 2 years of dating. Yeah. So 9. Yeah. Altogether. Yeah.
Wow, I want to have this level of like
Oh,
best husband.
he's amazing.
Crown
When
being
you
given to
marry
Amrit
your
after
friend,
us.
best friend, it's the best. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, or
yeah,
to become your best friends
yeah.
after getting married.
So
Either.
that time I was comfortable
Yeah.
in every other way, and I knew I wanted to have a baby, and I just knew that when I'm doing something like IVF, now Neha, I don't know. I don't really care about what opinions people will have when I say this, but there is a certain way I look at myself and the way I project myself when I'm at work, and a part of it is a part of my soul. It's
Please
like being
explain what do you
fit,
mean by so.
not physically. Mentally I'm
Oh yeah.
very fit, but physically fit. There is a kind of thing that I like myself looking in a certain way. And during the IVF period, I was clear that there's a lot of hormonal stuff going on, and I'm bloated and I'm not feeling good, putting on weight, not allowed to work out. I took a decision that I'm not going to work. It's honestly, I got a lot of offers. But I did back down, and I was like, it's fine.
What year was this? Can we go
We
back
did
a
it
little
on
bit?
and off. Actually 2020 we stopped again completely, because 2020 I was like, the world is going to get over. Karan, what's the point of getting a child into this kind of a world? Let's just stop. So 2020, 2018 and
Oh,
2019
that
mainly,
was the time of
and
COVID.
then 2021, after my birthday on 7th Jan, we decided that we're going to start again. And that's when it actually kind of, there's so many magical stories around how Devi, her name, what happened to us. And we were doing all this, and one lady told us, have you been to Vaishno Devi? And we said both of us had never been there. And Karan is very spiritual. I'm spiritual, but Karan's very ritualistic spiritual, and he has also become that over a period of time. And so we said, okay, we'll visit, why not? And she said, write a letter to Devi, to Karan. So we went there, and we had a beautiful trip, beautiful darshan. We came back, and then my session happened, one session, second session, and then it was like I was pregnant, and the first due date of my baby's birth was the date when we visited Vaishno Devi. And we were like, we got goosies when we first saw it. We were like,
Wow.
what is that? Like, firstly, it was like amazing that we are pregnant, but then the day was like exactly the same day. So we were like, we really feel that there is a lot of there's a lot of blessings on us for Devi. And Devi, I feel, is like somebody who's brought in so much more power to me as a woman, as a mother, as a human being. Like, I feel like she channels power into me when she looks at me. She's a very, very, very special child, not because she's my child, because I just, she's, no matter what she's gone through or going through, she always is like bright and lively and happy and always giving love to everybody. So she's tiny, but she has some magical powers, I feel. I like to believe.
No, and I mean, I see it, like, and I feel like it's every mother's right, a to find the most beautiful being, or the most beautiful, like, the most beautiful soul or existence in their child. And it's totally valid when you say it. And then the stories of Devi, and then how, you kind of conceived her. And it's also, it's IVF, I feel like it comes with a lot of trial, and it's just, there's a lot you need to go through. The part which I want to share with the community, and then I don't want it to slip by. And it's a very important thing you said while you were narrating your story, was the fact that you tried and you halted your life, and then you gave up to then start trying again, to which is the most important thing, that it's okay to like give up, and it's okay to go through the motions, but it's also okay to start trying again. Because you see and hear so many personal stories about IVF, but I feel like
It
you've
is
been through
draining.
so many
It is
beats to
absolutely
actually.
draining. But at the end of it, I would say it is, for me, been the most amazing thing, because my baby finally, she came. So it's like it's tough to stick on that path. It's not only expensive. It is, it is just like mentally, emotionally, very draining. Very draining. Yeah, physically,
And
so it
physically,
just takes a
yes.
huge,
Now,
huge toll on you, like massive.
you more than anyone else, you and Karan more than anyone else, because you know you've gone through, like, and you've narrated the hardships that you went through, and you know you one also feels for every mom out there who's going through it. I speak to so many of my friends and I always tell them, but today I know that from this point on I can be like, hey, you know, Bipasha shared her story, why don't you go and actually revisit this life to see what other moms also go through? Because right now I feel like I would like to talk to you as a fellow mom, and then, you know, take away everything else from this conversation where you're inspiring us. And that should be the big takeaway. Now, when you got to know, like that moment, that what
Well,
happened to you and Karan?
we
Like,
were
what
not
was that?
even going with the stick tests anymore. We were like waiting for blood tests naturally because we didn't want a false positive at any point of time because it had been very sensitive over some time. And
Yeah.
honestly, I was like a zombie. I was wearing something like a nightwear, I think. And Karan just told me, let's go to mom. And I was like, okay. I just sat in the car and we went to my mother's house, which is 5 minutes away. And we just broke down crying, like in joy. But it was just like, just a relief, like just crying. But I didn't realize that it was also, again, beginning of another, yet a very long struggle, you know,
Which is what? Which was my next
which
question.
is
And
like,
please tell us,
every
like, you know,
week
what.
after, like, there are like these weekly things that you have to cross as a benchmark to feel safe, that your kid is safe with you. You can't talk about it. That's why people say, why don't these celebrities talk about it? We are, it's not like we are young mothers. Like, a lot of us are conceiving at a very late age, so it's a very sensitive thing. You can't be like,
Yeah, I mean, I had my
yeah,
first, I conceived
you
my
can't be
first one at
shouting
37 and the
out.
second at
It's
40.
sensitive,
Yeah.
it's a personal thing. So you will talk about it when you're comfortable. We spoke about it like once we knew we were 6 months pregnant. And anyways, I live a very quiet life. I'm very reclusive. And COVID made me even more reclusive. I love my house. I love my gardening. I love my cooking. I love my family. So I was pretty comfortable being like that. And I didn't want to talk about it because I was nurturing my child. And I really have to say that, there's another thing that uh, having her inside me and just the just creating the environment that's just correct for her was so amazing for me as a mother and as him as a father. Like, it was like she's already there even before birth. Like, you need to know that it's time to step up a little as human beings, and now you're parents when your little baby is in your belly, and you're connected heart to heart with her. And it's just one of the most beautiful feelings. I cannot even express in words. You have all the mothers would know this. I did not know this before. It's just like, and you don't have the exact words to feel, or express that when you are pregnant with a baby. And
You know, I want to know when you say this, and again, like, you know, I feel like there's so much, and I'll tell you something about the community as well, Bipasha, that we get our maximum number of DMs, or we get our maximum number of messages, or you know, like baby-led weaning or different questions and all, between, like, say 1 and 5 in the morning. Like, when I wake up, I know the first thing I need to do is, of course, a lot of us check our phones, and I check on the kids, and I go to the phone, and I actually open this page first, because I know at night there have been so many questions that have been sent by moms, because you know, sometimes when you're carrying your baby at night, you feel like you're tossing and turning. You feel a sensation that worries you, but that gets you excited. You don't
yeah,
feel a
man, yeah.
sensation that worries you, that gets you excited. The part that you said, the week after week, the scan after scan, or you know, just going back and coming back. Now, in this whole thing, like, I want to know, like, did you ever, like, reach out to anyone? Was your journey confined just to you, or were you internalizing it, or is it just you and Karan, or was it your mom? Who was your go-to, like, apart
Because
from you and
COVID
Karan?
was still very strong at that point of time. um, we actually decided not to step out much because this pregnancy was so precious to us. So we didn't want to, like, risk it even 1%. So like Karan always says, I was Bipasha's sister, like a nurse. He would be sitting on the sofa because my first 4 months was so bad. You talk about like,
What do
you'd
you mean
say
by bad?
morning
Like,
sickness.
what was
I
it? Like,
had
morning
24 hours
sickness?
sickness. I became thin. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't talk. I would only puke. It was like I actually said things like, I thought IVF was tough, but this is, nobody talks about it. It was like hell. My first 4 months of pregnancy, and again I was on a I was absolutely put to bed rest. I was not, again, not an active pregnancy. But anyways, the first 4 months I couldn't get off the bed only. So he had to carry me to the wash basin to even vomit. I was so bad. And I couldn't eat food. And Karan was just sitting there always, making, he's done the cutest things, made my nightwear, because I didn't want sleeves. He would cut sleeves off all my nightwear, sitting there like a little mother.
Why did you want? Okay, this is trivia.
I don't know.
Why did you want
I was just
sleeves?
uncomfortable
What's
with
up with sleeves?
anything. Anything I would say, he would start doing it. He would take out sleeves from my nightwear, all my t-shirts, and just so sick. I cannot even. But the 5th month onwards, it was like magic. I was absolutely okay. I could eat finally. I could eat, and I was a little bit up and about with family. Before that, I was even staying away from family because I used to be in like horrible mood because I was so unwell. I couldn't talk, and it was
Who was your
Ranjana Dhan.
gynac?
Yeah, she was amazing. She used to get like, my baby would kick me like 470 times once she kicked me. So I got so scared when it was 100. I said, Karan, please, let's call doctor at like 4 a.m. So he calls doc.
Sorry, can we Bipasha? Sorry, we lost
Dr.
you.
Ranjana
Dr.
Dhanu.
Ranjana, what?
Dhanu.
Okay, sorry. We always like to put out the names
Oh
of all
yeah,
the
she's been
experts
my
who
gynac
work
for
on all
years.
the
She's
moms,
excellent.
because
Yeah.
if there are other moms
Yeah.
who'd like to reach out, then
Oh yeah,
at least
she
they
was,
know,
was
the
like a
reference of
true friend
yeah.
to me. She was my like, everything was like, doctor's like, I'm operating right now. What is it? Karan would say, she feels like having burger. Can she eat it? She was like, she's not eaten anything. Let her eat a burger. Let her have it. It's fine. She's like, I'm in the middle of an operation, Karan.
So, was that your craving? Like, was it burgers and sleeveless night gowns?
I'm
Was your
generally
craving?
a big sweet lover. My child didn't let me eat one sweet. I think she's going to be vegan or something, I think, when she grows up, because she was not letting me eat food, and I'm a foodie. So yeah, and I'd heard that pregnancy you can eat anything that you want. That didn't happen for me. I could eat very few things.
No, it doesn't happen. Like, it doesn't happen. When I was pregnant with my first one, I was only strangely craving bhindi and roti, like ghee wali chapati with bhindi. My mom's like, you've not eaten bhindi your entire life. And I have a daughter
Oh wow.
who's strictly vegetarian. And then I had eaten during Gurik's time. I was shooting also for Thursday. So we were shooting in one of those, I think, not Filmistan, the one in town. And वहाँ पे ना बाहर, like वो 7 a.m. shift में ना बाहर सड़क पे they have that really nice that डब्बे वाला idlis and what उपमा, वो 10 रुपए वाला, they do the street food, and I would just tell my director, I'm like, listen, I will come on set at
Amazing,
7,
but
I
I want to applaud you on that. You did an excellent job in that film, and real pregnant and being there, my God, I couldn't do anything. So I feel, so that's why pregnancies are so different from woman to woman. And women are like,
so
oh, I work out, I do
they're
this,
so
I do that. And I was like, I used to be a total like fit person, and I had the most inactive pregnancy. I couldn't do anything, just pranayam.
No, but I feel like even that's okay, because I feel that for the ones who are watching you and the ones who are probably pregnant right now and with their feet up because it's medically supposed to be that, then all you need to do is follow what your body tells you, your mind, and your doctor tells you, and nothing else. And that's what you've done. You need to put yourself in that box because you're also responsible for giving life. So whatever works for you. And so if that from there, from the burgers and the hard first 4 months. Now, at birth, like why did you have a normal delivery? Did you have a C-sec? And what actually went on when
Well,
your
my
birthing journey? Tell us about that.
baby became stubborn and was breech. So we had to go for a C-section. And my whole little bit that I had, read up on everything, I was very particular that I want to breastfeed. So I knew that I had read up that, C-section mothers get their milk a little late. So initially the babies, are fed in the hospital. And I didn't want that. And that's why I decided to hire a doula. And I had a amazing doula called Sanam, and she was so amazing for me because at I I knew that I want to breastfeed my baby at the operation, at the OT, while the operation was going on. The first skin to skin happened with Karan, and the moment she was ready to, get latched, they brought her to me while I was being stitched up, and I have that video. It's like so amazing, and because of that, because that big gap didn't happen for me. Generally C-section moms are in recovery and then they get to breastfeed the baby. Because that didn't happen, my milk came fast and I could breastfeed her like a normal delivery. So I was very grateful to my doula and grateful to my gynec that she allowed my doula in. And even my husband, he did this first skin to skin. He feels very proud that he did the skin to skin first before me. And
it must have been unreal at that point. Like, I also feel just to hold them or just like, I mean, I was just numb. Like, I couldn't believe it. First time,
no, it's
second
just so
time, I couldn't
magical.
believe it.
It's something like, can't believe that, it's in the app, the baby starts as a dot. And then you start seeing little feet, little hands in the app. And then with every scan that you get a 3D picture by the time you reach, mine was like a diva. So she would always hide her face like that and show us in the scans. And then she was,
Like we're doing even now,
and
which
when
is
she's
great.
gone,
I respect that
she's
as
doing
well.
like straight out, she would do the same thing. So yeah, it's like,
That, but and then giving skin to skin, the latch, all of it. I'm sorry, Bipasha, I think I've lost you.
yeah,
It's
I
a
can see.
little.
Yeah.
Can you see me
You're
now?
there for me, yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, yeah. No, while all that was happening, respect to all the women. Women are great, full power to them. There was a very sweet message that came up from Karan as well. Hi, Karan. Big shout out to you. We're only talking about. Yeah. So, when that first latch happened, and what was going through your head? Like, were you numb? Were you like somebody preached
I
you?
was
Were you
telling
excited?
first
What
when
was
she
it?
came out, I was like
It's so
telling Karan,
exciting.
go to her. He refused to go to her. He said, I'm going to be by your side.
First, when she came
But
out, you
I
got to know it was
knew it.
her,
I
the
didn't
one that you've
doubt.
been praying
My
for.
doctor was like, you guys, I don't know what kind of power of mind you have. So yeah, we believe in manifestation. Oh
You just had an
yeah,
intuition that
but
it's
we
a
didn't
girl.
doubt it. We knew it's going to be a girl. Like there was no like, oh, it's a girl. I knew. Karan knew we will have a baby. It's too strong. I cannot
Really?
tell you because it was like, yeah, because it's so much in the like. She was so vivid in our dreams. It's like too vivid. It couldn't be any other way. And then our whole Devi trip, and it just nothing. We didn't doubt it. And we always wanted a baby girl. Yeah.
And yeah, and many congratulations. I've said this before. I'm saying it again. But there's so much I want to know from you. I
Oh
just want to
yeah.
take a quick
We
heads
have
up on how
lots to
much time,
talk,
how
but
much
there's
more time
little
I have.
time. Yeah, it's like it.
All
Yeah,
right.
I have.
Do I have 10
Yeah, I do have
minutes?
10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
lot
I
of
mean, I
time.
have
My
all the time
child's
in the
going to
world,
come
but
and
I
join
know
me
that
soon.
there's
Yeah.
yeah, we'll just hang on all evening just to get a glimpse of Devi. No, but and okay, so that was at birth, and soon after that, your entire life, you've led your life, you've been an actor, you've had few thoughts about having a kid, but when you wanted to have a kid, you had multiple thoughts about having a kid, and then finally you went through all these trials, tribulations, had a baby. Now you're back home. And that's when life kicks in as a mom. Now, from the moment life kicks in as a mom, you're living your fourth trimester. What was that like? Were they long nights? Were you particular? Were you sleep deprived? Were you excited? Tell me.
Well, honestly, our journey has been very different from any normal mother and father. It's been a lot tougher than the smile that I have on my face right now. And I would not wish this to happen to any mother. For a new mother, when you get to know that, I got to know on the third day of my baby, having a baby, that our baby is born with 2 holes in her heart. I thought I'll not share this, but I'm sharing this because I feel that there are a lot of mothers who helped me in my journey. And it took me a lot of, it was very difficult to find those mothers. But I really feel that when you give birth, you don't feel like anything can be wrong with your child. And we were the same as parents. And we didn't even understand what a VSD is. It's a ventricular septal defect. And we were like, what is that? It's, we've heard about it, when kids grow, it shuts on its own. We went through a crazy period. So we didn't discuss this with our family. We both were in a little bit of a blur when we came out of the hospital. And it was we wanted to celebrate, but we were a little numb, me and Karan. And I can just say now, like, it's last 3 months that we are fine, but the first 5 months have been very difficult for us, our journey with Devi. But Devi has been fabulous from day one. She never showed any signs of anything. She's a fighter. She's fierce. She's a super active kid from the time she was born. And we were told that every month we have to do a scan to know if it's healing on its own. But the kind of large hole that she had, we were told that it's doubtful. You will have to go through a surgery. And the surgery is best done when the child is 3 months old. And right now it's quite matter of fact. I'm actually better now. I thought I'll not be able to say this. Basically the information is what I want to give out to people if they are going through something like this. It's like, so, like, you feel so sad and you feel so burdened and you feel so conflicted, because how can you put such a small child in an open heart surgery? Something natural will happen. And people like us who are believers, who like to manifest, we tried to manifest it with our thoughts that it'll start healing, it'll stop. The first month didn't happen, stop the second month didn't happen. And I remember the third month when we went for the scan, I pretty much had done all the research. Met surgeons, seen the hospitals, spoken to doctors. And I was kind of, I think, Karan was not ready. I was pretty much ready to kick this out of her. Like, I knew that it had to be, I know that she had to be okay. And I knew she will be okay. So, and she is okay now. But the tough decision was to take that. You have to take the decision of getting your child operated in the right place at the right time. And honestly, it's the toughest thing to take your little child and have these 10 doctors explain to you what all can happen. But still, if you love your child, you must do it. However difficult it is, you must do it, because your future of your child is safe. And Devi had a very successful operation. I didn't have any doubt about it, but it was those 6 hours when she was in the OT. My life felt like it stopped. Karan, actually, my Karan is generally very brave. I am generally fattu. Something else happened. And they say that mothers get some powers. And I remember just before the operation, I had to tell her that, baby, you are going into an operation. Mama, Papa, right there. I had to tell her everything, and I told her everything, and she looked at me and she said, ah. And I felt like, she's looking at me and telling me that, Mama, I'm going to be fine. And my husband was a mess. But after the operation, we were told it's absolutely successful and it's the best time for us because we didn't wait even a week after the 3 months. Because, and a lot of parents, out of fear, they wait. They fear the operation, so they wait. And they believe. But you're causing a lot of damage to the child, because half of the body's energy is going into the pumping the heart. So the child stops growing. There could be other faculties that are in danger. I had read up, I pretty much became a doctor over that period of time and spoke to doctors in Stanford and the worldwide. And the decision was clear that she has to do it. And my baby is really brave, Neha. I can just say that, in the ICU, she used to make the nurses and everyone smile. And they told me that other kids cry. Your baby smiles and laughs with us. And she's such a amazing, powerful soul that, she gave us strength. Like when I saw her in the ICU, I told Karan, I actually had to throw him out of the ICU a couple of times because he was a mess. And I said, I will never show tears to my child. You have to come there with full power or you'll not come. And first time when I saw her, she looked like she's bare body and she had this dressing and she had this thousands of monitors behind her. Tan, 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 and she was like this. And I felt like she's a hero lying there, ready to get up and like, bring it on. And every time I went to ICU, I felt that my baby's so powerful that nothing in the world can ever touch her. I have heard parents, the child's fingers cut, this is cut, that has happened, cough is happening. Now when what I've gone through with my baby, that's nothing, none of those things matter anymore. Because she went through the biggest test. We went through the biggest test as parents right in the beginning of our life. And no one can. This is something that I don't want anyone to even think. But I spoke to mothers, Neha. So my decision was made only after I found a couple of mothers, and I really want to thank them because they gave me the power. They told me that this is the toughest decision that you will take, but it is the best decision for your child. And you see how well your child becomes. Like for your life, like this doesn't alter anything. Like she can do any kind of sport, she can do anything. There's no limitation. When you do this operation at the right time, it's perfect. There's nothing. She definitely wears a scar on her chest, and that will be her badge of honor. And I know she's my daughter. She's going to like flaunt it. She will wear cleavage showing, and she will show her scar. And she's and you meet my child. She's full of life and energy and smile. Those 5 days in ICU, as a mother and father, we were like, but we knew that she's healed. And the next, when we brought her to the room first, that was one turning point for us, where she was laughing and smiling, my child, even after such a big operation, and gave us so much. Oh, my baby. No, you can't come now. She's smiling at me right now. She is just a brave heart. We call her a brave heart.
Show us her fingers again.
Come here. Oh, she wants to come to mama.
She's not wearing the bow.
She's not wearing.
She's not wearing the bow. She's
just shows one little glimpse.
Oh, she's a cutie. Oh my god! Oh my god! was like,
beauty.
what?
She is beautiful, and she is going to be some athlete.
What fish?
She is like she could do pull-ups, planks at 19 days old. So I knew that I've
I mean, there's no taking away that she's yours and Karan's daughter.
Oh, stop showing your face so much.
Right?
Oh, by the way, she loves to pose and loves camera. So even if I want to hide her from Paps, it's impossible because she fights with me to show her face.
Like, okay.
Like right now, she wants to say hi. She's just looking at like, what is Mama doing?
Beautiful. Hi.
Hi. Babe.
Hi. Hi. Hi, Devi. Oh my God, look at that
She
smile.
is
Oh my
lively,
goodness.
friendly, and
I'll take her.
social butterfly. I said, how did I produce a social butterfly? I don't know. Loves to chat, loves to talk.
No, but I mean,
But the thing is, I want to tell the mothers out
I
there, if
can't.
anyone ever goes through this, don't lose hope. Just stay strong for your child. It's like, I've now crossed it. Her scans are done. Like after 1 month, it was done. Absolutely fine. Then there's a scan after 6 months. Then now it's all good. Everything is perfect. But honestly, our journey was not like anyone. It was so tough. So tough. And right now we are touching
And I can't say
normalcy.
this enough. I tip my hat
We took
off.
her out for our first holiday.
I can see it, because I can see it in your face. I feel like you're relaxed.
I started
I feel
working
like
out
there's a little bit
now.
of work. Yeah, and work. I need to come to that, but before I cannot say this enough. I tip my hat off to you. This is my
No, I'm saying
salute
something
to
that
you,
happens when you
Bipasha,
become a
and to
mother.
Karan,
Not
because
just a child is born, a mother is born, because I didn't know I had so much of strength in me. Like, I really did not know this. And I say that, Devi gives me the power. It was just like I held my husband and the whole family together at that point of time, because I just knew that the outcome's going to be beautiful. It's just the what we go through is going to be tough, but I never doubted the outcome.
And I mean, nor did we even for a second, even when we were hearing the story. But most importantly, Bipasha, I feel like this has been the strongest, most powerful story of strength, at least on our community, as far as reaching out to other moms and all the moms who actually were a part of your journey in that 1
They
month
were
when
like,
you were
they
fighting,
held my hand,
researching.
Neha. When I was crumbling, there's one of the girls are from our fraternity, and she talked me through for hours that how good this is going to be for Devi, and don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. She gave me details of all what she went through, what the baby went through, the pictures, the operation, the statistics, and honestly, the kind of help that if I didn't get from those mothers, I know the doctors were saying whatever, all the good things, but if I didn't get the strength from the mothers, it would have been very difficult. And I had to hunt them. I had to hunt for those mothers to talk to them. I didn't know any one of them. And they magically came into my life to make the right decision. Actually, Karan didn't want to do it. And I was like, she's doing it. She is going to do it, and it's all going to be fine. It's going to be behind us. I cannot live with this. I will not allow Devi to go through this. So it's the mothers. I really have to, I'm so grateful to those mothers because they helped me decide this faster.
I mean, it's such a powerful decision you took. And I feel that, after hearing your entire journey, I mean, there is IVF and it doesn't end there. And then to have
I was on a,
like
I was put through, I say, some kind of washing machine setting, which I did not know. So tough, the rumble and tumble and tumble and rumble. The moment I feel like, okay, now it's fine, it was tough. But now it's all settled.
And what? No, and then to be living those 6 hours when you know she's in for surgery. I cannot, I mean, as a fellow mother,
Neha,
I
I
cannot
didn't
even
sleep the
understand
first
how hard
40
it must have
days,
been.
40 nights. I didn't sleep for a second. And I'm not lying. I swear on God. I did not sleep 40 days, 40 nights. It took me 40 days to process it, accept it, understand what is going on after giving birth. And out of those 15 days, Karan was not in the city with me because he had this film which he tried to back out of, but he couldn't. And I was alone. I didn't tell my family, and she was not allowed to meet anyone with any kind of cold cough. So my whole family had viral that time. I did not let anyone meet Devi. So everyone thought, why have I gone so weird? But I was being fiercely protective about my daughter, and that's all I could do.
And that's the other thing I want to tell people, that there are parents and there are moms who do things for their children and they have their reasons. Give them their space,
Absolutely,
give them their
it's
time,
a
give them
choice.
their respect for doing what they do. Because there is a mother who nobody knows
What's
better than a
best
mother for
for
their
the child.
child. I mean, I would imagine, or parents actually, for their children. Now, I mean, what you've been through has been absolutely incredible. And the fact that you shared it on this live, the fact
I
that
wanted
you
to
spoke
speak about it
what
only
you
because
went
of
through.
one reason and one reason alone. If this is a very common thing that happens, this is the very common thing that happens nowadays. VSTs. If another family is going through this, they should just get some kind of, like, they should not feel alone, and they should get some courage to just take the right step at the right time. Because in the ICU, I saw other kids with the same problem, and I was like, I saw one day one girl smaller than Devi, and I said, oh my God, this kid is so small and she's done a surgery. I asked the nurses there, and they said, no, she's 2 months older than Devi. She's not grown because of the parents delaying it, and it's not good for them. It's not good for the kids.
But it's so important that you voiced it and you shared your story, and we can't thank you enough. We'll be forever grateful, and so will all the other moms who are probably going through this. And I
Nobody.
hope it never happens to anybody. But like you said, it's common. It will, and it's hard. Now, I want to know about Karan. Like co-parenting, and we know we've seen beautiful videos
Co-parenting,
of
they're
it, but the
standing
fact
here
that
right now. I've told them that today I didn't go to gym. I'm doing this with Neha. I'm doing this chat. So this is extra time, which I've not right now. I've not started working full on because I want to give her time. Stop looking at me. Go away, both of you. They're making cute faces.
Yeah, she's
I told you, I have an absolute gem of a husband. And now Devi has the best father ever. There is no work that he feels sad when he can't do something, that only I can do. I was like, you can't breastfeed, Karan. Oh, that's my job. If he could, sometimes he sees me like struggling with sleep or something, or I'm tired. He's like, he said, if it comes to men having kids, there would be no kids in the world. He's basically, he said, no, men won't have that much patience and that much, like your body changes, and everything changes around you when you have a baby. And still you are the happiest.
And
He said, men can't be like that.
What? No, and very important point that he brought up: bodily changes. You're an actor. You've seen. I mean, you're Bipasha Basu. You're Bidi Jalele, and then I mean, you're like everyone's like epitome of like perfection and all that. And I would imagine that if I may take this further, even your kind of, and I've seen you, and I've seen you work, and I know how you are. You put your body through a regime, and in the time when fitness and
kind of started bloomed with me, kind of, I would say.
Yeah, I know. When it was a little more forgiving, what the exact midriff should look like, you redefined it. And from there to then living in the 4th trimester, do you put yourself through extreme pressure, or are you accepting, or are you finding your path still when it comes to like your
after what
body
we went
image
through, so
right now?
nothing was normal for the first 5 months. So I could not even think of
course.
these questions and thinking about myself. The first 5 months was nothing was about us. I have started working out, and I know it's going to be a huge struggle because I'm breastfeeding, and I am not going to go into any kind of.
Also
Sorry?
because you have very high standards.
I have high standards about
I said also
fitness.
because
I
you
do
have
have.
very
I
high
can't
standards.
change that about myself. I like to look a
I just want
certain
to
way.
tell everybody over here on this. No, I want to say this on this live, and I want to clarify. It's not me. I think you look beautiful, and I think you look amazing the way you are. And I forgot to pay that compliment. I should have done it, but I was mesmerized by the way your eyes are looking and your hair is looking. But the truth is, you have really high standards for yourself. I've seen you do alternations 15 minutes before going on stage.
I'm
I'm like, what's
Capricorn.
happening?
I am a perfectionist. It's not going to change ever. So for me, I want to project myself correctly in my head. I don't care about what people think perfect is or what they will be like. No, ये role अच्छा है आपके लिए अब कर लो अभी. I said नहीं मुझे अभी नहीं करना है. मैं थोड़ा सा अपना पहले fit हो जाऊं फिर मैं करती हूँ. So
yeah, when I'm required to like look like I'm out of the gym all the time, but I will still only go in front of the camera then. But I would imagine you being that person.
I'm being patient with myself and the fact that I'm a new mother and the fact that I've gone through so much. I kind of applaud myself at times, but I'm also a little bit hard on myself sometimes. I am going through those moments at times when I'm like, it's so tough. Why people make it sound so easy, and that's not the right thing to do, because it is going to be tough. It's not that I can just go on a fat diet at this point of time when I'm breastfeeding. I have to be a responsible mother first. So I yo-yo. Some days are great, some days I'm like, damn, this thing is not moving. I need to get rid of like.
Yeah, it takes time, but you look beautiful, and that's all that matters. Now, biggest conversation that I've had with you off and on, and I'm going to let you go. You've given us the most beautiful, the bravest live ever on our community.
I don't think I would have been able to do this if it was anybody else. It's you, it's a mother. I don't think on a platform like an interview platform I would have ever spoken about this. So that's why I was going through a lot of like, how can I talk about motherhood when such a big part of it is gone in this? Should we talk about it? Should we not talk about it? I want to help other mothers who have been in my position. So there was a lot of conflict that was happening. I was actually very scared of this life. First time in my life I was scared to speak because I can't lie. This is my big problem, and I can't hide much because I've lived my life like that. And I was like, Karan, I don't know what to do. I said yes to Neha, and I don't know what to say and what not to say. But I'm glad.
But I feel the biggest fears are going to empower so many moms out there. You have no idea. And that's what we are going to be ever so grateful about. Today, tomorrow, maybe 3 months from now, it just means so much to us. Most important question, and that was the topic of our live, and why I asked you was because you said something very sweet to me even when the first time I called you up. Well, do you suffer from mom guilt?
Right
and if
now,
you do, how do you deal with it? I'll let you go in 1 minute.
She's coming and peeping and smiling at me every time, so it's fine.
Oh, sorry,
no, it's fine because she's in a good mood. I'm absolutely okay. My one love of my life used to be workout, and besides the husband and daughter, and to go to the gym, like I told you, I had to time myself the first day, and it's taking me 22 minutes to reach on a normal day without traffic. And I like that gym. And my trainer comes there, and I'm like, I have 1 hour only to work out. I used to love a 2.5 hour workout with nice warm up, nice cool down, meditation. None of that is happening now. So I had 1 hour, 1 hour, 44 minutes. And now with the rains and traffic, I'm like, bull, it's like so much more. And I'm like so irritated with that, that, I'm missing out sometimes like a little bit her massage. And, from the time she's born, I have always massaged her. I have given her a bath. I do everything for her. So sometimes now Karan has to do it. And he loves doing it, but I'm missing it. I'm having major FOMO that I'm getting, missing out on that. So stop it. Shut up, you miss. Oh God. Karan, naturally,
getting a firing.
she can't still walk.
Karan.
They're laughing and grinning anyways. But it's, the mom guilt is real. I had only heard about this term. It's just horrible. So I'm on the cameras on the way to my gym. And as soon as I sit back, I call video call, and I talk to them. Sometimes she's sleeping. Sometimes she's up. It's really intense. I really applaud all the women. See, I have the luxury of sitting at home and spending that much time with her right now and choosing to work when I want to work. And there's so many moms who have to go back to work. I really I really salute them, because it's so difficult to move away from your child and bring in the moolah and stay away and do that. I find it tough just going 1 hour. I know I want to work. I'm so passionate about my work, and I want to start work now because I had given so much time away from work for my baby, and I want to create a balance, but I'm not being great at it. Honestly, I'm learning it. And I see you mums like you, Soha, Dia, Isha, I have to say that these three mothers have been the ones who have helped me through so many things. Post baby was born, and I'm so envious. I'm like, Dia, tu kitna mast kaam kar rahi hai. I want to do the same. She's like, baby, you will get the hang of it. You will start it. You'll understand how to do it. I'm like, I'm so guilty. She's like a kangaroo. I need to create a pouch. And I'll say, sirf mid-frame tak shoot karo, niche wo latki rahegi. She's just so stuck to me. So,
no, but it's totally normal. I feel like the mom guilt, whether you go to work or whether you're sitting at home or whether you're sitting at home in a
yeah.
Versus you take
or just chatting with your friends.
Pick up the call
in the, in the living room and she's in the bedroom.
Yeah.
The guilt is there still.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But, Bipasha, I can't tell you how grateful I am. My biggest virtual hug to you, to Devi, to Karan. And thank you so much for this conversation. I'm sitting with my hands folded because you have no idea how many of us
I feel also a little lighter sharing.
Thank you for this.
My only thing is that, I felt really alone. I've never felt so alone in my entire life. And I just wanted people out there to come out and just help me. And it was a very isolating phase of my life where I just needed people. There would be a lot of casual talk, like with new mothers, how you talk. When I would speak to friends, I'm not told anybody. So I would just want to run away from everything all the time. And now that we are just stepping into normalcy, it's feeling so nice and light to just take her for a holiday, to just, go to friends' houses and just see she can play with animals freely. And, we don't have to worry that it's rainy season and she can, we were told that we have to keep her very clear about she shouldn't get any kind of respiratory infection. Now we can freely take her everywhere. Yeah. It's just so, like, a huge burden has gone from her shoulders. And she's a child. She's a child who wants to see the world. To keep her captive in the house, it felt so wrong.
Rightfully.
So she loves butterflies. She loves all creepy crawlies, animals. She's fearless. Dog barking on her face first time doesn't get scared of anything. So I love my child. Ear piercing, not scared, no tears. She has no tears for anything. She's just like Braveheart. So she gives me a lot of strength.
But I see where she gets it from. Between the two of you, I feel like I have goosebumps after finishing this live. But thank you so much, Bipasha. Thank you for talking to us. Thank you, Devi, for doing special appearance on our live, and thank you, Karan, for holding fort while we were talking to your twice. And
Thank
your
you,
mother will
Neha.
die.
See
Thank
you
you,
soon.
Bipasha. Thank you
See you
once again.
soon in
Good
person with Devi and your
Yes,
babies.
absolutely. Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
And my
No,
babies,
hardly
my
bit.
big
It's
babies,
chotu
my
only.
little babies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lots of love.
See you very soon. Thank you.
Bye, bye,
There
bye.
you go.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. So there you go, guys. We have Bipasha Basu on this live, and what a story! What an empowering story! And it's taken me a few moments to come back to where I am right now to talk about this, and I really wish and hope that no mother should go through this, but for the ones who have gone through mild fears when it comes to their babies, this is a huge story about strength, about resilience, about belief, and about another mother who's probably going through the same or more. I'm at a loss of words. This never happens to me, really. I really am at a loss of words. For the ones who haven't been following this live's going to be on our page at Freedom to Feed. And I can't thank Bipasha's followers and our entire community and all the mums out there and everyone else for joining in. And I can't thank you guys enough. This wonderful conversation was powered by Philips Avon. Thank you guys. And I'll see you again very soon, hopefully on a live with someone very special. Bye-bye.